OK, top of the north to the middle of the south now. Thanks to the team at Nidacar, we're in Christchurch to make friends with the guys and girls from Garden City Rodders.
Garden City Rodders, we're basically a bunch of guys that got together about 1971. The main interest is American cars, of origin and interest, and it's remained that way all the way through.
I find Garden City Rodders to be a nice, casual, laid-back club. Obviously, you know, we have our executive and we deal with the constitutional stuff, but I'm celebrating my 20th year with Garden City this year, and I've always found it to be an extremely friendly and laid-back environment.
This is what we do. This is what, you know, this is why we build these cars. Some of these guys that are here in this club here have been here since day dot, and they're still standing strong.
If you want to know anything, they're more than welcome. They've got a lot of knowledge. Engines, to gearboxes, to diffs, to, you know, getting a VIN for your car and how to go about it.
You have the support of all the others, source parts, bounce off ideas, and yeah, I think it's very much you need to stick together as a club.
Garden City Rodders first formed in 1970 and became affiliated to the New Zealand Hot Rod Association in '71 and is currently one of 14 NZHRA clubs in the wider Canterbury region. Closing in fast on their 50-year anniversary, the club is an active one and enjoys a pretty constant membership.
At the moment we're 52, we like to keep it there. It's just quite a good number to work with, eh?
It's all about socialising and you know, as I say, a lot of the guys, their children are starting to come through the ranks now, and you know, over the last 20 years I've pretty much watched them come from toddlers to car owners. It's brilliant, but for most people, I guess when you've been entrenched in a club for as long as a lot of us have, there's no question about where the loyalties lie.
We have actually a lot of women members as well, which is really good to have the support of the womanhood in the club, and the guys are very supportive of that as well.
And it would seem Garden City Rodders' 52 members are not averse to a bit of hot rod hoarding.
Together probably 315 odd cars. Of those there's only probably about 60 that are going and roadworthy, as you know, with the hobby.
But the cars aren't the secret to the club's 48 odd years.
It's definitely the camaraderie that keeps it all together.
To me, a hot rod club is as much a social thing as it is a car thing. It's a combination of both. Cars are about fun. They're not about, to me, they're not about sitting in the garage and being looked at. They're actually to be used, and that's what the guys do. And the girls, sorry. Yeah, girls as well.
We've got a little bit of everything, a little bit of modern, a little bit of really old school, and then we've got the home builds, as you can see there. The standards of the cars in this club are very, very high.
If you've been paying attention, you'll recognise a few of these machines from previous episodes. The club boasts a few cars that wouldn't be out of their league on a magazine cover. But it's that variety that makes life interesting, and Garden City Rodders has that in spades, and we're not just talking cars here.
You do have other people's opinions. You know, your opinion may be different to somebody else's, and as you can tell by the cars, some don't like cars, don't like Fords, don't like Chevs, don't like rat rods, don't like coupes, don't like roadsters. But hey, we all love cars, so, and I don't care what you drive.
It's all part and parcel with the deal, isn't it? Everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone sort of admires the effort that you put in, probably more than anything, you know, and support you, which is a good thing.
And there's a strength that comes in numbers.
As a hobby, we need to be together and support our hobby as a whole, working with government, make sure there's no legislation coming through that we're going to miss out on or get sort of stifle our hobby. So our numbers together need to be important.
That means keeping an eye on the future, a concept not lost on this lot.
We try to promote the younger generation into the ethics of being a hot rodder. You know, they build awesome cars. I think there's a variety of them that have a tendency to ruin that for them, and they all get put into that class. And it's something that we have to look at, because the generation of people, we're not getting any younger. So the younger generation have to follow us along, or we'll become antiques.
We grew up with these cars, and what's encouraging is when you see, young guys getting into the old muscle cars and the old hot rods, to see them, with the passion for the old American cars is really encouraging.
Some of those older guys have got a hell of a lot more knowledge than what you think, and give this a go and give that a go, and you think, oh yeah, well, I've never thought of that, and that kind of knowledge, that's priceless knowledge. I really admire them for that. It's great. And I hope to be one of them guys one day too,
Right, we've heard about the Garden City Rodders Club before the break. Now, thanks to Nita Car, it's time to check out some of the cars. We've seen a few of these before on this TV show. Luke's grim black-on-black 60 Impala is a previous feature car, and we poked the camera around his dad Harry's collection too. Claire's 56 Pontiac is a regular muscle car madness highlight. The Garden City Rodders are a social bunch. Robbed of their club rooms of 18 years by the Christchurch earthquake, they're lucky to call Mark Bean's residence their base for now. But it's very much also about getting out and being active in their community.
Yeah, we try to be. Have we club social runs every now and again, join other clubs and all their anniversary runs and stuff, We do like to have best represented club at other runs. We sort of try to aim that one, It seems to work sometimes.
What better way to get today's lineup underway than with a chopped Galaxy?
It's a street machine, 1962. It's running a 427 side oiler, predominantly based around Bruce McLaren, Chris Amon out of GD40. That's Holman and Moody running gear. Does 12s on the quarter. I don't know, you get a car and you fall in love with it. I don't know whether I bought it because I love that car. Sometimes the cars that you really want aren't so easy to get a hold of. You go and put a bit of chrome on it and you do a wee bit at the beginning and then you get the bug, don't you, and everything changed from there, and so out come all that, and then went the new, and then goes paint and panel, and after a while you've got a second house to drive around in. So it's a good car to drive, and it's a pleasure to show it to other people to enjoy as well.
Bought it in 2000 in Bakersfield, and it's been on the road for 13 years. In that time I have run the wheels off it. I've been to the beach shop twice, stripped it down in the shed with the help of my husband, painted it with the help of Shane Jameson, so fell in love with it and decided, yeah, that's me, let's do this project.
1948 Fargo, Canadian assembled Dodge from Ford Wellside, Ford guards, Maury steering wheel, Maury lights. It's got some Austin bits on it and some Chev bits on it and Falcon bits on it, But it works.
It's a 1930 Model A Roadster. It's running a 327 Corvette motor, which is a late 60s motor. The body came in from the States probably 15 years ago, I suppose. The car was built 10 or 12 years ago. I've had it since 2013 and just sort of used it. I've done probably 30,000 Ks since then. If I go to the supermarket, it tends to get used. If I go somewhere else, it tends to get used. I don't take it to the Vintage Car Club very often because it tends to be frowned upon a tad. But yeah, it just gets used, just a car. As you can see, it's been cleaned, or not.
That one there I found duck shooting one night on the Waiea riverbed, and I was just standing there on dusk and I was taking a leak, looking in the scrub, and I thought there's an old car in there. So I bashed my way into the scrub and here it was sitting in there, and that was originally a four-door car. So we got a hold of the farmer that owned the farm, and he says if you can get it out of there, you can have it. So it was a 1928 Chrysler four-door, and there it's a 1928 Chrysler replica. It's running a 400 big block Chrysler. It's got a 727 trans behind that. The rear end is pretty much independent and it's an XR8. Drives really, really nice. It stops on a dime. It's got plenty of power. More power would be nice, it always is. But not hellishly comfortable on a long trip, but a lot of fun to drive.
The Garden City Rodders celebrate the Big 5-0 in 2021, making the club's diversity of cars and people work for them, and with the next generations coming through strong, it's one of those if it ain't broke, don't fix it type deals.
It'd be really boring if we all had the same cars. No, it's really good. It's a good mixture of people and cars and attitudes to things. And the good thing I like about the club is nobody asks what you do for a job really, unless you volunteer it. You just another car enthusiast, and another hot rod enthusiast, and that's really neat. Just the way it should be.